Oh yeah. Cool. Alright. What are we looking for today? I'm gonna go head down to the Rose. Because I want to see how much rep I've got. And then, hopefully, I can switch to the games. But, happy weekend to everyone. Hope you're all enjoying it so far. Very excited to do the code giveaway. And hopefully that'll give someone the exciting opportunity to jump into Soulframe and start having a bit of fun. It's such a good game. Really, really glad I've got the opportunity to do this. I like these little dudes, but they're so weird. I wish you could tailor them to be a little pet. So they just flow around and chuck out a few pollen things and kill stuff. That'd be amazing. Hello, friends. Come to me. Jeez, there's a lot of you. Okay. Hopefully I can smite one of you, because I need help. Go, okay. Excuse me, sir. No pricklies, unfortunately. Good old Basp. But we do have chests. So hopefully I may see a pricklies fragment drop today. Honestly, not holding my breath though. Unfortunate. The drop tables have not been very forgiving with that one. It's been extremely rare to find. Hello, Besto Doggo. How are you? Decoy didn't get that dude. Okay. Fetch, we like. Very good courage weapon. Oh, I got a level. Nice. Hopefully that is, yep. Zul'Dar is max rank. Excellent. I can finally switch off to something a little bit more comfortable. Alright, so what have we got? We got courage, and that's courage. I might use the Blitzel bow for a bit, or I might switch to a different pact altogether. I've been leveling Siren up pretty much for the whole week, which has been good. It's been a different kind of pact, very different from the other ones. What have we got? So we got Courage, Spirit. Ode Tempest probably isn't the best one to use. Might use maybe Garen. Let's have a look. Tetherin. Yeah, I definitely need a spirit-based one, that's for sure. Or I might as well just use a Zelda. 21 6. I don't really need a lot of grace on this one, which is not a bad thing. So, yeah. I'll chuck the rook on and take that one for a bit of a spin, I think. Okay, so we can do heavies by the look of it, if it lets me. Maybe not. Okay. Alright, what do we got? Long blades. We got 1 point. Do you want to add? Ah, I can't. Okay. Increased chance of smite on riposte. Yeah, I guess we can chuck that in there. Bit of a waste though. I prefer the unyielding to be here. I don't really use a lot of riposte, unfortunately. But that's alright. And then short blade. Looks like we're 1 point short to be able to put anything in there. So, that's right. Alright, well, Rook, you are going to be my leveling partner for today. And what I'll probably aim for is getting into a higher rank with the Silent Rose, and then not get swarmed by dogs. The aiming in this game is funny. Even with the controller aiming assist, it still targets an original enemy that you targeted. Very funny. Alright, little bunnos. Get out of that cage and be free. Ah, thank you. First transaction of the soul. And we've got a Tantrum Lightning. Great way to start today. Okay. So what have we got? We've got a Silent Ray's tail. So I'll just go for this one and then continue forward. Hopefully the rank 3 shows up.
I'll hear no gripes of spectres and ghoulies. Now finish your rounds.
Alright, Lady D.
Buy some lingering magics. In the spirit for a haunt, ghoulie?
Always. Whoops. There we go. Oh, Dendria. So I got 19,250, so that means I've got about 4250 in total, I would assume. So I've only got a few more points to go until I'm fully ranked up. Great. I think that's roughly rank 3 with the Silent Rose. And I have to admit, the ranking for them, and even some of the Sparrowtails, have been a little bit buggy, which is understandable, but still. Just getting all the faction wrap up, that's pretty much the aim of the game. And then hopefully I can switch to the Kith of Kings so I can continue leveling that one. And then get the Mora's Hand to finish off my entire faction journey. It's always funny, like, one-heading them in the face. Let's have a look. So, I'm gonna head over here, I think. Generally is one of the best farming areas, especially for faction rep. and the tier 3 ones that spawn, which will be awesome. Good old Carlisle. I would like to see a little bit more flow with some of the heavy weapons. Well, heavy weapons, but still, they're pretty slow at getting the attack out. Especially with the previous patch update and the hotfix, the enemies seem to be a little bit faster, more intuitive, and then some of our weapons as an envoy seem to be a little bit more lacking in speed, I guess. Would probably be one of the biggest elements I've noticed. There we go, nice level there. I could speed the leveling process up with this one, but as far as the glade leveling goes, it generally is jump in with a crew of 2 or 3 and then hang out in the same place for roughly about half an hour. It does level up pretty quick, but still. I would rather be roaming free, at least for now. Really glad to see the healing ability for Elder Bloom has been increased in casting time, because you can mitigate that sort of BS. Getting smashed in the face with a goddamn bonky stick. Rude. Take that in your face, mouth. Okie dokie. You get the Phantom Flock. You all get the Phantom Flock. Got to admit though, the heavy attacks from the heavy weapons are pretty deep. I want more jabby and overhead swings, I think. That'd be nice to see. Oh, hello. Thank you very much. Oh, that didn't heal me? Damn it. I guess I don't have that ability set up on this pact. And you don't really need it, considering that you got Elder Bloom. And it does come back and regenerate pretty quickly. Nice. Arn Umber.
I'd be keen to see
We
it
like
home.
you. Very cool shield weapon. Granted, it's a grace based as well though. I've always found that that's an interesting synergy with one of the virtues. Hello, cornfield people. You are not my faction representative. Where are you? Somewhere? Over the rainbow? Maybe. There we go. Cool.
Synod's finest groove seekers. Your quotas have doubled. I suggest you meet them, lest you lose your ranks.
Okay.
Or lives. Envoy, you know what to do.
We don't want lives lost. That's for sure. Alright, so you would be this one. You're the most annoying out of the three, especially the shield ones. Very annoying. Another benefit to the heavy shield, or at least the heavy weapons, just throw them at the stone enemies and pretty much a one hit, which is great. Ah, or just miss entirely. Okay. Goodbye, doggo. Be free. Hello, ladies friends. Oh, I forgot. Giveaway will be at the end of the stream. Oh, whoops. That is not what I want. We're not ending just now. End of stream. Time. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Excellent. One other thing I wanted to do is get organized. Clearly. Always great to be organized. What am I looking for? Ah. I don't want that necessarily. I'll do this for now. And do that guy there. Cool. Alright, what are we looking for today? The music. Cool. So we got spirit amplification. That'll be nice. And plans to pick. Just what we jump in the game for. Nah, it'll be fun. I don't think they really come up that much in Tales. Linky, welcome! How are you? Happy Saturday. How's the week? What have you been up to? Tell me something exciting. Or something that was really nice that popped out for your week. A highlight, if you will. We'll see how this weapon goes against the stag. The Flappy Bird Swarm can take care of him there. I hear a grumbling. I was gonna say, if that missed him, not happy. Ah, good, it does stagger him. Great. Multiplied. Wow, okay. Nice try, Mr. Stag. Okay, hitting him in the bell, interestingly enough, does a lot of damage.
Well done.
Goodbye, Mr. Stag. You won't be missed. Alright, 19,600. Awesome. So I've got 400 more rep to go, and then pretty much done with the Silent Rose faction. But what's been happening, Linky? What's been happening? I know you've always got like a really good story, so I'm always keen to ask. We got the Odin Basalcum. Excellent. I might just hide down here. Okay, that worked, thankfully. I'm good, thank you. My week was okay, got the flu, so it's not feeling well. But going to a beer fest today, so that's going to be... Oh, hell yeah, that'll be nice. Beer fests are always really fun. I went to a Oktoberfest in Germany a few years ago. Amazing. It was so good, so much fun. I tried tipping people, but they wouldn't take my money. I don't think it's a thing over in Germany, unfortunately. Alright. Heavy weapons are not effective against the Basalcum, unfortunately. Sweet. There you go. Note to self. Don't use the heavy weapons against Basalcums. They're really not that effective. But against these guys they are. Shielded enemies are very annoying. But the beer fest sounds really cool. Is it a local one that you're near? Very nice. And Linky, I don't know if you remember, I think it was last week, one of my friends who's a brewer, the brewer OCE, he was in chat. He's one of my best mates. He lives over on the other side of the country in Western Australia. And he brews his own beers and all these different other beverages. They do really, really well. And I went to a beer fest with them, I think it was last year? Earlier last year it was. And yeah, it was quite the experience. Very cool to meet a whole bunch of different people within the industry as well, and everyone just gets along. It's really nice to see. Yeah, they make competitive in their crafting of their beers and brews, but they certainly do support each other really, really nicely, so it was really great to go and have that experience for sure. Okay, aiming just decided not to take care of this dude at all. Right. And somehow you still land on your feet. Okie dokie. But what time's the beer fest today? Nice, it is a local one? Awesome. I don't drink beer anymore, unfortunately. But I mean, there's a lot of alternatives coming out through different beverage companies now too. It's really nice to see that, to be honest. You still get like the nice flavor of things, but with a, you know, selection of non-alcoholic beverages. It's nice to see the industry kind of pivoting a little bit here and there. Hello, friends. Okay, let's just target the dog that I was not even looking at. Interestingly enough, I put a video together about the controller aim assist in the game, assisting the missiles type weapons in game. So like the Odiak and the Gwilyn, picking a target in front of you rather than not. And yeah, it's interesting to see the targeting have a bit of a play around just by itself, rather than targeting exactly what's in front of you. Doesn't necessarily affect the melee combat as much. The ground attacks it does though, which is what I found quite interesting.
Hunt me some gruel.
Gruel.
Am I not a persuasive spy? Surely you'll manage.
I do like the Zelda for this effect. The fact that you can stone enemies and then basically one-shot them is dope. We do this beer fest as one of our yearly traditions. It starts at 10 AM, but hubby is still working, so we go through just a little later. Nice. Awesome. Beer fest is always really nice. You always get to meet some really cool people too. I don't recall the last one that I went to here, but I do have friends who tend to go to them. I basically just search for them all the time. It's a good way to check out what's coming up in the beverage selection industries as well. And it's always a good social event. I'm always on the food kind of side of things. Always looking for a good feed, so they generally do have okay food. But the beverage side of things, they've usually got a huge selection for sure. Good music most of the time too. Alright, so what do we got? We've got the bannerets. Hopefully it's not the fire-twirling one. Could be. But we don't know just yet. Eh. Get rid of you because you're annoying. Oh, damn, okay. Alright. I'm not super hating a heavy weapon now. Sweet. 950. So I've got literally 50 points until I've got 2k standing. That's great. 20k standing. What am I saying? So hopefully I might actually head over here again, because I'm going to have to go see the Silent Rose to level up anyway. So it would be nice to see maybe a 1-star tail faction up here. And then I can just do that quickly and then finish up with the Silent Rose hopefully. I have not maxed them. Granted, I haven't really needed to. The journey of the factions has been pretty good. I started off as the Spirit user and then maxed out Alka's Children to rank 5, and then I switched to the Kith of Kings up to about rank 3, and then switched over to Silent Rose just so I could get the Rook built and pick up the Siren Pact. And then what I'm going to do is finish off at a rank 5 for the Kith of Kings, or that is the plan at least, so I can get the Hand of Mora and start leveling that one as well. And hopefully I can have that done before the next patch of Soulframe, which I'm hoping is relatively soon, considering the Warframe community have just dropped a date for the new Acces frame and the new update for Devere for Isleweaver. It looks really, really cool. I haven't decided whether or not yet I'm going to do a stream for that yet, because originally my experience of stepping into DE and Soulframe and Warframe was originally through Warframe, but I think I'm keen to continue to do my Soulframe streams, but I might chuck a Warframe one in there, mostly because of the Isleweaver. And funny enough, I don't like spiders, but Acces looks like a very, very cool frame, especially with the new mechanics that she has, being able to wall latch, and she's got big old spider legs, which looks awesome. So yeah, really keen to see how she operates in the Warframe too. So alright, we crushed that. Nice. Granted, they're level 5. But anyway, alright, look at that. 20,000 standing. So I will head over to the Silent Rose. I'll rank up with them, see what they have to offer, and then I will head over to the Kith of Kings as well. But today's a really cool day because I've got a few things to celebrate. Firstly, I have become a Twitch affiliate, which is a pretty cool milestone. I reached that pretty quickly, so massive shout out to Linky and everyone in chat who followed the channel's journey. I've been doing the dream streaming probably for just over about a month now, and it's been quite the journey, building out the socials, YouTube, Twitch, focusing in on those elements and just being consistent with them. So I hope if you have checked out some of the videos on the YouTube, they've been enjoyable, they've been informative. I'm definitely learning a ton about editing videos as well. There's still quite a few elements I'm looking at to build my understanding of, but putting up through the smooth bits that I've dubbed them. I hope everyone's enjoying seeing my smooth bits. And just putting them out to the YouTube and just being consistent with those has been really, really fun. So my idea around the stream today is to do a giveaway for a Soulframe code access that I got a spare code for from the Summer Games Fest. I believe it was last week, and it was really cool to see a lot of the new games that are going to be coming out this year, or 2026, so it was quite a big stream. I think I did it for roughly about 2 hours, but Soulframe dedicated a code to the Summer Games Fest channel, so I decided to jump in and watch, and I was very, very pleased. I got a spare code, so I decided as a celebration of becoming a Twitch affiliate that I would do a Soulframe code access giveaway for this afternoon. So I'll probably be running the stream for about another hour and a half, and probably in the last 10 minutes I will open the giveaway for people who are looking for a code, or have a friend that they want to give an extra code to. You don't necessarily have to follow the channel, but it would be appreciated if you do, just so I can kind of track numbers for everyone. More so for myself, it's more for data. It sounds boring stuff, but it does help for me to know who's keen, who's interested. as well, so I'm just gonna pick out one of these guys. If I do that, I can't pick that. Damn you. But let's rank up anyway.
Oh, I am truly grateful.
Okay.
Hey, no more gloaming, Philip. You've had enough.
Right, so we got the Flaxen Shell, which is her armor piece, as a rank 3 reward, and then we've got rank 4 and 5. As far as my journey's been through the different factions, I don't believe I need another Sacred Shimmer, because I've already got access to the Kid the King's faction, so I'm going to head over there now and see if I can jump back into them and then continue leveling those boys out. I do enjoy the Kith of Kings, honestly. I like the Silent Rolls, but I have found a few bits and pieces in the Sparrow Tales has been a little bit buggy. Sometimes the Bennerets won't spawn. I'm not sure if that's still flowing into some of the other factions like the Alka's Children or Kith the Kings, but before I shifted to the Silent Rose from Kith the Kings, I didn't really find I had too many issues with the enemy spawnings as well, so it's been a pretty good run with the Silent Rose though, and they clearly want to keep me in the Silent Rose due to those chests just spawning right outside. How convenient. Maybe if they started dropping the Precles fragments, I could maybe be persuaded to stay in the Silent Rose, but as far as I've seen, the Precles has been a very, very, very low drop chance in-game, and it's definitely been a point of contention when it comes to farming it. I haven't seen even one fragment of it drop, unfortunately, so it could, in my mind, I thought about this last week, it could be potentially tied to what faction that you're part of, so I'm not too sure if it's innate attunement, whether it's Courage, Grace, or Alka's Children. I kind of have a feeling it might be the Kith the Kings or Alka's Children it might be tied to in the drop tables. More leaning towards the Alka's Children, I would say. So I do need to continue getting that Hand of Mora though. Linking, my week has been good. It's been a little bit quieter than usual. More so because I've just been focusing on putting a little bit more YouTube content together, putting out more shorts videos. It's been very productive, so quieter on the streaming side of things, but it's been a lot more productive within the use of my time outside of gaming. I've been doing a lot more recording, putting a lot more bits and pieces of the stream together, just even so some of the socials, connecting things up a little bit more, changing away from just being a base streamer to becoming an affiliate. It does open you up to a lot more tools, which is really, really cool. So I'm taking my time a little bit setting that up correctly, because if there's a potential to essentially earn income from it, earning subs and gifted subs, etc., I want to make sure that it's a fair setup for the stream, but also for people who, if they do choose to, say, like, subscribe to the channel themselves, I want to make sure that I've got something more than just subscribing to a channel as a benefit. There's a lot of different things I've been thinking of doing, so that's taken up a lot of my week, but also setting it up in the right way of, say, having like a proper setup for it is the best way that I can put it. there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, to be honest. So it can be just as easy as just logging in, chucking on a stream and going for it. But I want to make sure that if there's any sort of remuneration for it, I want to make sure it's all above board in that space as well. So I don't want to think about it. Brewski, funny, I was just talking about you before with Linky, and I was just telling her that you're a brewer, a master brewer in Western Australia. And Linky said that she's going to be going to a local beer fest, which will be really cool. So yes, I want to join this faction. So where do I stand with you, my friend? So I'm currently at rank 3. I need about just shy of 2 grand to get to rank 5. And this is what I'm aiming for. So I need quite a bit of standing for Mora's Hand. But essentially that will land me basically everything in the game, minus the Prickly secondary weapon as well. Please don't say master. I'm far from. I disagree on that. I think you brew your craft, and what you guys do over in WA is incredible. So plug your stuff through here. Absolutely happy for you to share. I think that I do have to change something on the stream thing. It's mostly just pertaining links in the channel. I put up like a bot thing, and it's pretty intense. Like, it'll just basically block anything straight away, apart from actual chat. But it does help to minimize the little goblins that hang around online. So, oh man, honestly, like, I was telling Linky that we went to the beer fest. I think, where was that? That was out in, where are those big cranes at? Fremantle. That was such a cool weekend. Really enjoyed that weekend. It was great. Now, I'm just going to have a look for one of these faction tales. So I might actually head up this way. And hopefully get some good XP and some of the tier 3 faction tales in. Or Sparrow Tales, either or. Yeah, that was a really great experience. I really enjoyed that weekend. It was beautiful, beautiful day. Great music, and it was really nice to meet a lot of the industry masters, as I call them. I still think about what we spoke of me jumping in and doing marketing for the brewmasters, basically, of WA. That'd be really, really cool, to be honest. Definitely learning your product knowledge, but also like data analysis too. It sounds really boring, but I actually find that sort of stuff really interesting. And especially with the streaming world, I set myself a bit of time just to be able to sit aside the data kind of side of things and just see how things are tracking and where that's going to be going off, where's worth focusing on. Certainly is just worth just jumping in and just having a chat with people. That's what I most enjoy. So, Linky, just with changing factions, I didn't miss your comment. I just wanted to catch Mr. Brewski up on what we were talking about before. With switching factions, you can do a couple of different things. You can rank your faction up that you start with fully up to rank 5, which takes you about 25,000 standing off the top of my head. But halfway through, what you can do is once you reach the rank 3, you can purchase one of those shimmering shards. I think it's for about 3,000 standing. It does take a little bit longer than to rank up that faction for you, but what you can do is craft one of the totems of the other factions. So say you started with Alka's Children and you want to switch to Kith of Kings after, you can fashion that shimmering shard into one of the totems for the Kith of Kings totem, or the Roses Bodkin, which is the Silent Roses totem. Oh, the necklace that you wear. Ooh, bog and metal. I'll just jump into the Nightfold for you so I can show you and explain a little bit more. Frio, that's the one. Brewski, that was awesome. Yeah, love Frio. Absolutely amazing. With these totems, Linky, you can do the Rose's Bodkin, the Medallion of Mora, or if, say, like you started with the Silent Roses faction, you automatically have that totem. You can build the Medallion of Mora for the Kid of Kings, or you can build the Sproutfolk Seed Totem for the Alka's Children, and you can easily switch between all of them. But to be able to switch to a different faction, so say if I went with Alka's Children, and then I wanted to go to the Kid of Kings, rank up to like rank 3, get as much standing as you can through the through the Sparrowtails, and then buy that Shimmering Shard, and then by the time you get to that point, you should have at least the next totem for, say, like the Rose's Bodkin or the Kith of Kings totem. You craft that with your Tubalcane, this blacksmith lady, and I think it takes about roughly 12 to 24 hours to build that totem. But once that's done, you can collect it, and then you can head to that particular faction, and you can say, hey, I want to join your faction. And then it takes about 7 days to be able to reset the timer. So it's worth maxing your faction at least once, all the way up to rank 5, before switching to a different faction. Otherwise, you're kind of wasting time to go back to them later. So what I did, I went to the Alka's Children and started off as them first, which is out near Heliden on the western coast. And then I went and visited the Kith of Kings after I maxed out the rank in Alka's Children, and I obtained the Ode Tempest Pact, which is one of the most powerful packs in the game, so it's definitely worth doing that. And I believe the Ode Tempest Pact is part of the Silent Rose and the Alka's Children's Enclaves as a purchase reward. You don't get it for free, you have to have the faction standing, and you've got to be rank 5. So what I did, I maxed them out, got the Ode Tempest, and I got the Shimmering Shard. Maxed these guys out to 5, and then I switched to Kith of Kings. I ranked up to rank 3, and then I got the Igne Mora after farming all of the shards. And then I switched away from these guys over to the Silent Rose, so I could obtain the rest of the fragments for the Rook, which is the heavy weapon I'm leveling at the moment. And then once I did that, I've gotten up to rank 3. And then now I've switched back to these guys, so I can obtain the Pact, which is Hand of Mora, which looks pretty amazing. I haven't actually had the opportunity to touch it yet, because I haven't ranked these guys up to max rank yet. So that's the plan for this stream today as well. My pleasure. I know I can waffle on and talk a lot. But I guess that's what the YouTube videos are for too. I try to make them roughly about 15 minutes long, but they always end up about half an hour, which I think is a pretty decent time frame. I mean, there's a lot of different interconnectivity when it comes to DE and the way that they develop their games, that's for sure. And I'm sure if you played Warframe, you would understand that they don't necessarily do one thing linear and then it doesn't tie into something else. It's certainly something that I love about DE and Warframe, for sure. You can do multiple things at once. You know, you're leveling your weapons, Warframe, Sentinels, etc. You're farming for materials. You're doing special events. You name it. It's just a huge roster of things to do. So Soulframe, I'm definitely seeing, is shaping up to be really, really nicely formed in that way of you're not only just doing faction rep, leveling up your weapons, leveling up your packs, you're also doing the dungeon runs, world exploration, getting your world trees. It's a good planning system. from my experience of playing Warframe as an example as well, you got to plan ahead to a certain degree, and unfortunately at some points you don't get direction on what you should be doing. It's more just, it's kind of relying on the rest of the other, I guess, players or streamers like myself who have the, I guess, understanding of it, and then working those mechanics together. So you figure out, okay, cool, I can't necessarily shortcut that particular weapon. I've got to do this, or I've got to do that to be able to obtain it. Jesus, I'm getting my ass kicked here. Oh, I love it. The doggos are having a go at the stag. I'm just going to let them have a go. That's awesome. Come on, doggo. Attack him. Take him down. That's awesome. Hey, Linky, if you feel like doing a clip of that, that's pretty cool. He stopped now. That's right. Oh, we've got a soul. These doggos are really, really strong sometimes. But it's good that you can steal their soul. And the stag has been very stagnant for a little bit longer than I assumed it would. Alright, so we got 1922, 19255 for the rank, so I don't need that much more to get more standing for that, so this is good. I think we'll run a pretty good time frame for obtaining Faction 3 standing. But Brewski, how's the week been for you as well? Are you guys staying warm? It's been very cold, really, as well. Yeah, being on top of what's trending is a really great aspect of the job. Oh, definitely. I would definitely say that pivoting in the industry that you're in is, you know, it keeps you, it's like the lifeblood basically of what you do, you know, knowing your craft and then shifting and pivoting to what people are asking. I guess it's also like just having that conversation with other people within the industry as well. And from my understanding and experience of going and doing Frio Beer Fest, it was really nice to see how interactive everyone is, how supportive everyone is. You've all got different products, you all do something a little bit differently, and makes that unique to you and your label or your brand. And that was really nice to see a lot of the really positive, supportive interaction from everyone. It was so great. So yeah, you definitely jumped into an industry where, you know, people have got interest and, you know, they're very passionate about what they do, and that definitely comes across through what you guys do as well. So you should definitely be really proud of yourself. Very productive. It's been a good week. Hell yeah, man. Same. It's been a really productive week, to be honest. I haven't been gaming as much. More so working on, I guess, content creation, shorts videos, keeping consistent to the schedule that I put together. I think initially you don't think about it, and you think, oh no, I've got this. No, you've got to put stuff down on paper. You know what it would be like. You got a spreadsheet, you got a budget, you got to do a whole bunch of different things that initially you think, oh, maybe I can, maybe I can't, but it definitely serves you well. And it just gets your brain into that trained mode, I guess. And you continue to do that with every new element that you add into it. It's pretty sweet. So I'm definitely learning that myself. But then next week, my schedule will mostly just be on weekends for streaming. Because the new role that I've applied for is going to be starting. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Oh, jeez, okay. 2 deaths in 1, and I got lots of experience for that. So thank you, game. These mockery dudes are real creepy. Although they do dish out quite a lot of experience though, which is dope. But Brewski, how's gaming life going? What's been shaping up in the Brewski world? Little dopamine heads when you complete tasks are addictive. I absolutely agree on that. Before I started stream this afternoon, I did like a whole bunch of shorts. I think there's about 10 per week that I aim to have out, as well as recording a video, depending on the topic of the week. To give you a breakdown of what today's topic was, it was the controller aim assist in the game. Even though I play with keyboard and controller, the controller mechanic in the accessibility settings in the game seems to affect projectile-based weapons. So, meaning these guys here. I think it's the Odiak. Yeah, it was this one, the Gwillin, and the Odiak. So these guys operate on a missile-based trajectory tracking system, and the enable controller aim assist. I figured that I'd do a bit of a testing around it, turn it off, and then see what it does. And basically, in short, if you have it turned off in game, the game basically picks up anything in front of you and says, hey, that's an aggressive target, I'm just going to aim at it. Whether it's like a barrel or a box that you can break, and you've got like an enemy right in front of you, it would literally just pick something like over here instead of the enemy that's in front of you. So that was a bit of a point of contention with a few people who've been playing the game. So I put a video together talking about the mechanics of the missile targeting systems in the game, and you can manually alter it though. I mean, you can switch target from that to that, but you manually have to target them, which I guess the automated targeting systems in the game don't necessarily want to, unless you actually tell them to do it, where the aim assist controller being switched on in the settings seems to assist you to be able to target the aggressive target that's in front of you instead, which is extremely beneficial, and it keeps you alive. So basically that was the half-hour video that I put together this afternoon in a nutshell. The finals dropped a new season like 2 days ago, I think, so I've been playing that heaps when I have spare time. Ooh, okay. I gotta say, Embark hooked with the new season content. Chef's Kiss, nice. Embark. Okay, I'll check those guys out. Because you definitely do play different genres of games than I do, or different titles. There's so many different games coming out. I'm not sure if you watched the Summer Games Fest that was on recently. I think that was in either America or Canada. It's a huge annual, like, mid-year event for North America and America. It's just all these new different titles coming out, and it's pretty dope to watch. Like, there's just so many games, it's crazy. But it's always worth having a look to see what's coming up. And the reason why I decided to watch it was because Soulframe had announced that they weren't doing... Jesus, she dodged every single one of my moves just then. Bitch. I watched it because they were giving an offering of a spare access code to Soulframe. So I thought I'd chuck a giveaway together, which I will probably start running within probably about 20 minutes or half an hour's time. And yeah, hopefully we have a few people who are interested in getting access to Soulframe. It is currently a PC game only. Hopefully we do see it port over to console eventually, but because it is such a pre-alpha state game, they're still working on quite a lot of different mechanics in the game, refining what they do want in the game, taking out certain things that may not be working as well as they intended, or people are saying, oh, it doesn't really suit. So for being in a very early access, pre-access alpha game, it's pretty cool to be part of it. Definitely being able to give feedback to the dev team and seeing what they do like. and just giving feedback to them. I haven't had any direct access or conversation with them, but being able to put suggestions through the online channels has been pretty cool. So hopefully they've seen one or two things and, you know, maybe take that into consideration, and if it's in alignment with what their direction is, then I would hope to see some of them be added into the game. So it's yeah, it's a very cool dual experience for me. So, but the title of becoming a Twitch affiliate has been pretty cool, so I thought that would be a nice way to celebrate the code giveaway as well. Embarks the studio Arc Raiders is coming from. No way! I did see something like that on Summer Games Fest, and that looks really cool. Nice. I'm going to keep an eye on them. They look really dope. Ow. These heavy dudes, they can move, hey. And they're very annoying. And they head barrel you too. And then you've got the magic user behind them. Oh well, at least I can heal through their BS. And the good thing is too, a lot of the enemies in game at the moment, even though that this magic staff is a starter weapon, its damage type is arcanic, which is pretty awesome. So it seems to really slice them down pretty quickly. And the ability to be able to steal their soul by smiting them seems to work pretty good. So even with like 3 light attacks, it does some pretty decent damage. So pretty happy with that. Yeah, release is the end of October. Oh, nice. Yeah, there seems to be quite a lot of titles coming out pretty much like end of year this year. And then some of the bigger titles or newer titles that are possibly still in development, they seem to be coming out roughly early-ish next year. It's generally around like February, March, I think some of them. Or they just say like next year at whatever point that is. I guess it just depends on their schedule and, you know, all the legal licenses and all that sort of jazz. It's not just a, hey, let's create this and put it out so everyone can play with it. Game development, there definitely takes a lot of, lots of moving pieces, I'm sure. A lot of planning as well. Now, have I got you? I do. Okay. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we'll go for that luck blessing. Awesome. Usually a Q followed by a number. A Q. Usually a Q followed by a number. Q1, Q2. Is that what you mean? I've set my Q bind to just activate and whatever. It's a similar setup to what I've got for Elden Ring. They've got a really odd key mapping system. So I had to make it work for me, and eventually, because I'm a left mouse user as well, a lot of people tend to be like, oh, that's a really weird key to use, like, why would you do that? And I'm like, oh, I'm a lefty mouse user. I remember watching my brother play when I was growing up. He's basically the reason why I kind of got into gaming. I always saw that they always had a really good time, and it always seemed really cool, and it was a nice, really, like, a good experience just to kind of escape the real world kind of stuff. And yeah, I'm glad I've maintained the game alive, if you will. It's a really great space to meet lots of different people and just see how different people perceive a game, or whatever it is, like whatever genre of game that they're into. You're always going to meet some good people along the way. The way. Ugh, if my brain wants to work. Whoopsie. But the Q-bind... Ah, thank you very much for the follow, Shadow Cold. How are ya? Welcome on in. I'm just doing a little bit of a faction tail farm. I'm trying to rank up with the Kith of Kings. I'm on basically the last leg to obtaining everything that I need essentially in the game up until this point. So very excited. Ooh, batch. Nice. Also, Shadow, if you weren't sure, there is a code giveaway I'm putting on probably in about half an hour's time. I'm going to run it for about 10 minutes before I end stream. It's multiple reasons. Firstly, because I love Soulframe. And secondly, I've achieved affiliate with Twitch. Still doing a bit of paperwork and stuff for it. It's not just a jump in and just start doing it. I'd like to be a little bit more prepared than that. But because I hit affiliate, I jumped in and did the obtain another code for Soulframe from the Summer Games Fest last week. And I just been talking with a few people throughout the Soulframe community since last week, and I've seen quite a few players asking for a access code, seeing if anyone has a spare one. So I thought it was kind of a nice kind of gift and celebration of, hey, I've done affiliate on Twitch, but also to hopefully give it away to someone who's been wanting to get into Soulframe and see what it's all about. So I yeah, decided to chuck a community code giveaway together this afternoon and get that on the ball. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. I will be popping that on probably in about 25 minutes, as I say, and then hopefully we've got a few people who want to enter as well, and we'll be able to give away a access code for Soulframe this afternoon. So very exciting. So it's just a exclamation join, but not quite yet, because I haven't started the giveaway timer just yet. So I thought 10 minutes would be a good time to do it, and then you know, we can have a bit more of a talk about anything Soulframe. If you've got any questions, I'm happy to do a bit of a chat time, and then we'll do the draw just before I end up the stream. Good, just stuck. I'm stuck after meeting the Fire King and Soulframe. Ah, okay. The Fenjatar. So you've just joined Soulframe yourself as well? Well, firstly, welcome. That's very cool. It's a beautiful game. I would definitely recommend checking your codex and checking your journal for fables. That'll basically kind of give you the directional idea of what you're supposed to be doing in the game to start with. And if you're just up at the Fenjatar, I would assume that you're on your way to doing the Corrupted Stag quest as well. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome on in. I'm about to get my ass whooped by one of the Vadagar stags. So, Shadow, I'd probably say this is basically a precursor to what you'll be looking forward to. What faction did you start with as well, Shadow? It doesn't necessarily matter ultimately who you start with first, but if you did start with Spirit User faction, the Aselda is a really, really good pack to use. The Elder Bloom is an incredible healing spell. Jesus. And you can basically get your ass kicked as much as you want, and you can still heal through it all, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it's pretty fun so far. The Alka's Children, I was definitely keen to try out some of the magic use in the game, because it looked dope. And yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with the Aselda packs. All of the packs in game, really. But the Aselda is definitely one of the best choices, for sure. Especially for the healing ability that it has. But yeah, you can basically just kind of let anything just take you on and basically kick its ass and still heal through it all, which is pretty cool. So there's your victory stance for you. It shows none. Courage. Let's have a look. So I'm meeting the Fire King. Shows none. So you went with the Tethrin patch then? Okay, so that means Kith of Kings. With that faction, they're worth getting into. I would recommend stay with them until you're fully ranked up and get everything that you need from them, which is, say, like your Shimmering Shard at rank 3, and then the Hand of Mora is the pact that you receive for getting rank 5 with them. I'm not too sure if that becomes a reward for ranking rank 5 with them. I would hope that it would, because it's going to take you about 25k standing, roughly, to get to that rank level with them. And then, if you've gone from Kith of Kings, I'd recommend perhaps going from Kith of Kings to Alka's Children, and then, lastly, going to the Silent Rose. But, I mean, pick whatever faction that you want to switch to after. But I would definitely recommend whatever faction that you start with, stay with them until you're max rank with them and obtain everything from them that you need, which would be the Shimmering Shards, at least 2 of them, so you can build the other 2 totems for the other factions while you're leveling the... Oh, I just fell through the world. Sweet. When you're leveling that faction, I would definitely recommend making the other 2 totems, the necklace items, for the Silent Rose and the Alka's Children. And that will make sense a little bit more, I'm sure, as you go through the game a bit more. But does that make sense within the factions as well? Now, what are we looking for here? So I've already talked to Avocot, but he doesn't seem to be pushing this forward. Yes, where are you, little buddy? Have I lost her already? Where are you? Soul Mode, there we go. I wish Soul Mode had a little bit of a different glow to make different guys like that stand out a little bit more. Alright. What I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly run to the lure, because I've had a lot of water today. I'll just do the BRB, and I will be right back. Alrighty, I am back. I have to admit, that was the quickest pee I've ever done in my life. Not that you guys need to know that. But anywho. I'll just pull up chat again for you guys. Awesome, Scoo. How do you unlock more than 5 weapon upgrade points in combat arts? Just by upgrading the same weapon type. I'll jump into Nightfold just so I can show you a bit in that regard. So if you go down to your combat arts, say for example, can you give me an example of which weapon that you're using? And then I can go through the explanation there. Brewski, thanks for the kitty graphic. Thanks. I'm not that talented in art creation, so I actually worked with an AI to build that in a concept that I really wanted, and it came out really nicely, to be honest. I was pretty impressed. There's still a little bit of graphical stuff that I'm not super keen on, but overall, I think for now, for the image base that was used and the concept I was thinking, it's come out pretty good, so thank you very much. I like the fact that it's like tree roots spreading out. It's like red and yellow for like flames, and the cat symbol has got kind of like a scientific sigil in one eye, and then the other eye has a little bit more, say, like a mythical kind of style. And it was kind of based on the concept of I guess Soulframe, because it's mythical, but then you've got, say, like these sciencey kind of enemies that are trying to come and destroy the world of nature that we're trying to protect, basically, as the envoy. And yeah, it was a bit of a concept, but it was pretty cool to put together. So yeah, Shadow Wolf, Soulframe's fun. Yeah, it's a dope game. Scoopax, did you have a weapon that you wanted to give me a rundown on of what you're using at the moment? Like a polearm or one of the long swords, even the bows, or any of the magic weapons, shield weapons, short blade, fly blades? I'd probably say, if you want, as an example, if you pick up, say, like a polearm, let's have a look. We've got, say, like VASP 4, as an example. If we go to our combat arts, and then picking up the tree and what kind of nodes that you want to upgrade, you basically get points up until level 30 for these ones. What's Vaunt do? Okay, so that's strike. I don't really want that. The more weapon types that you level of the same type, which is like polearms, I'll just use them as an example. You've got the VASP, you've got the Ducalic, you've got the Gathanan, and I believe there's one more, the Rook. Every single one of those weapons you can rank up to level 30, and then you get more weapon upgrade points from each point system of each weapon that you level to rank 30. So in short, I've ranked up this one to max level is 30, max level 30, and then I'm ranking up the Rook as well, which is only at rank 14. But with your combat arts, what they do is calculate how many points that you've got in the entire tree, and you can reset that. You may kind of shit yourself the first time you do it and think, oh, what have I done? Don't worry about that. You get no negative for respecking anything that you use in the game. So, as an example, yes, I like the fully charged heavy attack. So, this is basically the very starting point of your journey through each of the trees of all the weapons. So, this one's just for the polearm trees at the moment. So, say, for example, I like the perfect throw. If you throw that at like the right time, it increases your damage. You've got your throw polearms with more speed. You definitely want that. You've got a chance to down enemies if you throw heavy enough weapon throws at them, which is really, really handy for the polearms as well. The Salted Blade is increasing the chance of smite when attacking downed foes. That's pretty dope as well. Say, for example, I'm like, heavy attacks charge more quickly. We chuck one into there. If you want increased chance of smite on finishes, awesome. Chuck it in there. You've got your Spectre strikes. I don't really utilize perfect dodges myself all that much, so yes, I do dodge quite a lot, but have a look out for smite. on any weapon or pact, if it mentions smite, max that out as much as you possibly can, because what this essentially does is exposes the soul of the enemy that's hit, and the more smite chance you have per weapon, what you're using, either primary or secondary, you can basically use your soul mode to suck the energy out of them, and you get to re-heal yourself, essentially. But that synergy I can show you within a pact as well. But to get there, you've got to put at least 1 point in this, which I find is kind of redundant. I don't really use the Spectre Strikes. I don't really see them all that often, especially for the perfect dodge stuff. May change in the future, so anything I say at this time of recording could change in the future. And then say, for example, you like parrying. You can chuck a point into these ones. You can chuck that into Unyielding. That one's actually quite useful for the heavy units. You can parry their attack and then hit them back, which is pretty dope. For the Vaunt, I'm not really going to bother with the riposte. And then say, for example, you push the enemies down, you've got a chance to stick your weapon into them again, and then it gives you the opportunity for the smite, and then you can steal their soul. Does that give you a little bit more of a explanation on how that works? So I need to get Gwillin to get 5 more points. So you're working on the magic tree? Yeah. This is what I've got set up in the magic weapons at the moment. So this one encompasses the Odiak and the Gwillin staff. And the pact that I'm using is the Aselda. So if I come over to upgrade here, I put a ton of points into the Tendrils, which is the chance for that passive to freeze that enemy as well. Not for very long, but it will. It's very, very useful, I find, especially with this pact. I put a point into the Rooted or the Defense Against Stagger, which is very useful, to be honest. But now that we've got a little bit more defense capability with our armor as well against physical, that should basically work in tandem with your pact for defense against staggered, or just having your attacks interrupted. The higher that you put Rooted, you can utilize that if that's the way that you want to go. But the way that I did it, I went with the Vernal Pool, which is your powers recharge faster in water, depending on where. I've noticed that in game. But Akin is always a very useful one in any of the packs if it's available, because it recharges your powers more quickly. I'm pretty sure that most packs do have Akin though as well. For this one, I did boost the maximum life increase to max, so I could basically stay alive for a lot longer. And then Wingspan, I don't really need that one, so I could actually put that into the Courage as well. So I haven't actually respec'd this one in a while. So you start off with your first point. Grace I don't find is too useful, so I could do Courage, and then I could still go max life. But then if I wanted to do, say, like damage with Smite, when the soul of the enemy is smited and showing, you can, say, put points into Sympathy, which is regaining life on Smite. But because this pact is based with the Elder Bloom healing mechanic, you can play it either way. You can use the regain life on Smite and use Soul Mode to suck the life out of the enemy, or you can use the Elder Bloom. It's really not going to matter either way, because this pact is definitely built around extreme healing and good damage output as well. So say for example, I don't care about the heightened defense or getting back to my body faster or the smite mechanic. What you can do if you want to is you can put more points into your courage as well, so that should enhance the damage effect of your third ability, which is the Phantom Flock, which are pretty great for crowd control as well. Or you can put it into Iridis's favor, which is gaining more spirit as well, which I might actually just equalize a little bit more spirit and my health as well, and just see if I can max these out as well, which I can, which is dope. So I'll just chuck that into a little bit more courage, and then lastly I'll just chuck that into rooted as well, but I won't bother with these three. So essentially the stats for this pact, to get into your pact setup, you can right click on your weapon and then come over to this tab which says packs, and it should select your pact right there, and then you can see all of the stat spread for your pact that you've got. So you've got your courage, you've got your grace, you've got your spirit. Grace is essentially the range of the casting of your spells, but I find with a Zelda you don't really need grace all that much, all honesty. So and the motes that are currently still in game, they will change when the new mote pack system comes out. For the most part, I generally read the amount of points that I've got. So I've got 23 spirit, 23 courage, which is really strong duration and output for both of these. So it pretty much neutralizes enemies pretty well. The one mote pact that I do use at the moment is the triune, because it gives me a flat stat spread of grace, courage and spirit, and then I can basically channel whatever I want. So I can use, like, I want 1 more point of spirit and grace as an example, so it pushes my grace up to 5 and my spirit's up to 25. That's quite a high number for the spirit. And then lastly I could say, oh, I want another like 2 courage as an example, so it's 26, 5 and 25. Overall this pact is pretty well rounded, it's pretty strong. I don't really rely on grace all that much because I don't really need to. So I hope that gives a pretty deep explanation on the pact setup and what you can do with them. It definitely, it's been really fun working out how these packs work. Similar to Warframes, they've got 3 abilities. You're basically modding, but with motes instead of, say, your mod cards that you get in Warframe. I'm just using that as an example. Thank you, very helpful. Ah, thank you, you're very welcome. Scoopax, can I DM you a Soulframe key I don't need for a giveaway maybe? Oh, dude, that'd be, yeah, I mean, I'm totally okay for you to do that if you wish to. That's the whole point of the stream today, so thank you very much, I really appreciate that. I'll just check my socials up in the chat there for you as well. It is a social link, so it is like a link tree. And I do hope that it wants to pop up for you. There we go. Just took a little while for it to load. But if you click on that link tree, my Discord should be available there. And that's called Smooth Operations. And it should have the same icon symbol that I've got running on the top right of the screen at the moment for you. And yeah, just chuck me a message in there. I've got the Discord open at the moment as well. So I'll just whack that off screen as well. But yeah, feel free to whisper that in the private message in Discord for sure, and I'm more than happy to do another giveaway possibly next week as well, Scoopax. So yeah, definitely I definitely appreciate that. That's awesome, thank you very much. And Shadow, you're a longsword guy, eh? Alright, well, if you started off with the Tetherin Pact, we do have loadouts in the game now as well. So another big benefit to having the Tetherin, or rather the loadouts now in game, is that you can preset all of your armors and your pact and also your virtue stats spreads as well. And once you save that with a name, you can freely switch between them, and they save all of your virtue point setups, the pact that you've won, the upgrades that it's got, but also the secondary items or secondary weapons that you're choosing to use. This is the Tempest setup that I've got at the moment. I was just testing around with the Odiak weapon, which is Voltaic. The Ode Tempest is, again, probably very high up with, say, like a Zelda and Ode Tempest are probably the 2 favorite packs that I've got and I've used. And this one, it definitely shines as a damage output pact. So as you can see, its current spread and loadout with the motes, I've got courage at 28, grace is at 4, and then spirit at 7. I don't need it to necessarily have a lot of spirit or duration or range, but courage, absolutely. I'm more than happy to showcase this one actually, because it's freaking fun. And I'm sure that you guys will be keen to see it work pretty well together as well. So I'm happy to showcase that for you as well, doing a Sparrowtail run. So I'll do a little bit part of the run with the Odiak, and then I'll do part of it with the Gwillin, so you guys can see how the magic setup works with this pact itself. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite packs. I might change the helmet though. Let's have a look. I'll just chuck that one on. But yeah, definitely fun. It's a very, very powerful pact. I will take you guys over to... I'll go over to Fort Carlisle just because it's closer, and there's a Sparrowtail. Perfect. Thank you, game, for reading my mind. I appreciate you. Shadow, I just joined the Discord. Welcome on in. Awesome. Sweet. Yeah, I generally share quite a bit of information there. Any sort of social media or all that sort of jazz, more than welcome to post in there as well. I generally post up a lot of announcements or any new patch notes information I show up as well. It's yeah, definitely a handy server. If there's something that doesn't work, please just throw me a message and let me know. I don't really use... I'm not a proficient user of Discord, I'll just say that. But if you have any recommendations or any suggestions, more than open to having a chat and just having a look and making it work a lot more effectively. Because yeah, I'm better at doing, say, more YouTubey, Twitchy kind of stuff rather than running a Discord, to be honest. Although it is a very handy tool. So yeah, definitely open to support in that. So Scoopax, Keysent, check your DM in Twitch. Thank you. Okay, let me just have a look. And let's have a looky. Alright, awesome, Scoo. I just got that one in now, so what I'll do, I'll chuck that in for the probably next week's giveaway as well. So I'll just chuck that in Notepad. Core Soulframe code giveaway from Scoo. And then Scoo, what I might do as well, I'll chuck you a follow on here as well. Because I think that would just help me track that one as well. Soulframe. I love note taking when I'm doing stuff with you guys. That's funny. Soulframe code. What's the date today? Is it the 14th? Yeah. 06/2025. Awesome. Alrighty. Hopefully it wants to save. Come on, computer. Yes. Okay, maybe it doesn't want to save today. That's alright. Come on. Work. That's why. Notepad. Come on. Of course it's not valid. Okay. Apologies. There we go. Oh, that's why. Okay. Cool. There we go. Awesome, Scoo. Sweet as. Alright, well that one's saved away for another time. So, I'm streaming this tomorrow. Oh, nice. I'm a Warframe player as well. Hell yeah, dude. Honestly, it's such a great community in both of them, to be honest. Scoopax, I will just chuck in. And I will follow y'all. Awesome sauce. So there we go, Scoo. I just chucked you a follow in Twitch there as well, just so I can remember who gave me what and who's been generous within the code giveaway as well. I am at an hour and a half mark, so what I'll do, if you guys do have anyone that you can think of that has the code or is in search of one, what I'll do, I'll just activate it now and I will chuck that up on screen for everyone. So if you guys want to jump in and do the more than happy to do that. So I'll just generate that now. I will be testing this myself as well, so I'm just going to start it off and see if it pulls up what it needs to. So it does look like that one's active as well. So if you guys feel free to join in the giveaway, it's just an exclamation join as well. And then if you win another code, then yeah, that's cool. Don't worry about my entry. I can neutralize mine. I can't even enter myself. It's just to kind of give it a test. It does look like pretty meh. But I was trying to use a different giveaway widget before, but it just wasn't working for me. So I just pulled this one and gave it a test earlier, and I thought, okay, it doesn't look great, but at least it's promoting someone else's product. So if anyone wants giveaways through these guys, go for it. They seem pretty easy to use, so which is pretty good. So I'm just going to start this run as well. So let's have a look. I'll just run through this Sparrowtail because it'll basically give you an idea of what the Ode Tempest does. So generally what I do with the Ode Tempest is I utilize the 3, which is your shield, and you can basically stand around and do absolutely nothing, and these guys will basically just kill themselves. To enhance that effect, you can chuck down your 2, and basically it one-shots everything in the game. It's definitely a pack worth getting as effectively and efficiently as you can without stressing yourself out. Just do a whole bunch of Sparrowtails. But that is the Ode Tempest in a nutshell. It is one of the most powerful DPS packs that you can get in the game. Absolutely ridiculous. I was obsessed with it as soon as I saw what it could do. I think it has been changed since one of the Preludes updates, I think from P6 or P7. So I'm really keen to see what happens in the next update with Soulframe. It's really good against melee as well, basically anyone. So you can round people up, and the good thing is with the latest patch with the Preludes, there's a lot more saturation of enemies in game. So especially against heavy units like this moron, it's hugely beneficial, and even the shielded enemies, it's a really good primer. So I'm going to use Warframe as an example again. Nova, once she primes enemies, you can basically make them all explode. This is basically what this pack makes me think of, and there you go, all dead. Super quick, very efficient, very effective. It doesn't really matter what level you're up against. Ode Tempest doesn't necessarily give a shit. In short, it basically wipes everything that's around you. So I'll even show it up against the Bannerets as well. It is kind of funny though, like when the second ability basically applies its electricity to whatever's around in living form. It basically will show like this green aura, so you've primed them. It's kind of funny to watch the animals in the cages when you drop the number 2 down, and it primes them. It kind of energizes them, especially the little bunnies. Always makes me think of the Energizer bunnies as well. So another note as well, if you want to get the attention of an enemy and you can see one of these landmines on the ground, really handy trick is to just stand above, just do your manual aim and just hit the mine, and hasta la vista baby, it's pretty great. They used to be able to be jumped over, but I think that got fixed, unfortunately. So if you can't see them, it's good to use soul mode as well. So you can see like a yellow glow on the ground, but you can also see it's actually picking up the aura of that mine on the ground, which is hilarious. So that's how high its explosion will go. I didn't realize that before. But yeah, there you go. Landmines. They are extremely useful tool to taking out a majority of enemies all in one hit. I'll see if there's another one. I'm pretty sure there is. Yeah, there's one over here. So yeah, if you group enemies up, it's pretty easy. Hopefully I don't die. You do have to be pretty quick sometimes with them. Yeah, it only took out a few, but anyway, you get the gist of the landmines. They're pretty awesome to use. So the reason why Odiak and the Ode Tempest work so well together is the damage aura that I placed down in the number 2 enhances voltaic damage, which the Odiak is based on as well. So if you don't have a primed enemy, you'll notice that the damage is normal. But if they do get primed and they walk into that area of effect, which is your number 2, I'll use it on this guy because I think he's a bit of a dick. Drivel, I call him. I guess that's his name, but he just like waffles on. Just drop your number 2 down and just let him backhand you, let him hit you, and you'll see a stagger bar go up. It's really, really effective. I literally can just stand here and do absolutely nothing. I don't like doing that, but that's just the way that it works at the current moment. I wouldn't be surprised if it changes a little bit to be a little bit more active in the game. And then lastly, you've got the first ability, which you can basically barrel roll them away from you. And yeah, you want to watch out for those arcs of magic that he throws out, because they can one-hit you, even if you are a pretty high level as well. So, but that's essentially Ode Tempest in a nutshell. And it looks like I've got another rank with the Kith of Kings, which is dope. Yeah, if you don't have time to chuck your shield down, you don't necessarily need to. Just chuck your number 2 down and chuck on the Odiak and go ham. So, yeah, that was what, like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 9 enemies that was just taken out just exclusively with just a pact and the Odiak. Their synergy is ridiculous, and I'm really glad that the Odiak weapon got maintained in the game as well. So the Gwillin is really, really cool too. It's got a very similar casting style as well to the Odiak. It doesn't have Voltaic, but it does have the Arcanic damage type. It may say it's 1-star Spirit because it's the new starter pact. Sorry, the new starter weapon for the Spirit Pact. But overall, it's a really, really good weapon. So I'll take that on another run for you guys, just so you guys can see the synergy between this pact. Or if you've got another idea or you want me to showcase a different pact, just because this is a spirit weapon, it doesn't necessarily mean that it specifically has to be used by a pact that leans into spirit. I found another synergy that worked really well was the, there we go, we've got a good smite. The smite chance on this weapon is actually pretty good, so that's just meaning, see how it just exposes that soul? You can just use soul mode straight away, and you can steal their health, so, which is pretty cool. But for this pact setup, I don't think that I've got the health regen on smite activation, but if you do activate the soul exposure on an enemy, this particular weapon itself, the Gwillin, is pretty good for that, and you'll see it happen quite regularly. And then the throwing daggers are pretty dope too. You can essentially wind them up, and they basically create like a circular motion. Probably pretty hard to see on screen, but if you've got access to the skill to secondary throwing daggers, you'll know what I mean. It's very effective, especially if you're running a melee weapon, or if you're a caster, they are pretty good as a protective measure. If you're getting surrounded, it just basically whirlwinds those blades around you and basically does half the work for you, which is pretty cool. So from my understanding of the gaming world, you know, you don't want to do anything halfway sometimes, but at the same time, you want to make it an efficient, fast way of making something effective in-game. There you go. These throwing daggers definitely do a lot of smite as well, as you can see. So if you guys have got any questions in around the smite mechanic, more than happy to answer those, because I have put a video together on YouTube just regarding the aim assist controller accessibility setting in game, and that helps to assist the tracking of the Odiak and the Gwillin weapons in game as well. It kind of stops the BS of the weapon choosing say like a breakable crate rather than the enemy that's in front of you. I can probably showcase that, to be honest. So in your settings, just come over to your accessibility and turn on your enable controller aim assist. If you don't have it turned on, I'd recommend turning it on. I'll show you with it off, and then I'll show you with it turned on. So say for example, I'm facing this way. For the most part, it will track what's in front of me. But say for example, I've, you know, dipped away from these guys. It seems to be tracking okay now, which is good. But say for example, you're in and around, you've got a few enemies in front of you, it won't track as well if you don't have it switched on. Maybe it's been fixed since I put the video up. I hope so. If that's the case, great. But if not, if you are having trouble utilizing the Gwilyn or the Odiak missile attacks, and they're seemingly choosing a different target than what you want, just come into your settings and turn that on, and that should help if you're having that issue of it just off targeting, basically. Yeah, so see how this barrel's in front of me? It literally was like picking that, so it's probably more to do with the way that your envoy is facing than anything. Oh, there's a grin. Holy, okay, nice. I do have another video containing the fragment farm of Grin, if you're interested. That is on the YouTube. Shamelessly plugging all my social stuff. I am working on the quality of the content for you guys as well, so any feedback on the channel is much highly appreciated. It just helps me make better content for you guys, and definitely teaches me how to, yeah, just do it better. So another good thing about this area as well, the Fort Carlisle, is pretty central to where we start in the game. When you first start out, these guys will be a little bit more high level, so roughly like anywhere from 10 to 20. It just depends on the world that you spawn into, and that is something that's been kind of ported across in essence, kind of generated tile sets from Warframe. The tile sets can look similar, but they can generate like different rooms as an example, or more loot drop areas as an example as well. Soulframe seems to follow through with that pretty well. So for the most part, you'll see, okay, this tile set looks like this. I know generally, you know, this area will hold this, this, and this, so you guys will get used to how the generation of tile sets work in the game. But the open world, for the most part, the only things that really change are the places where the chests drop, for the most part. And this weapon is really, really good, especially against the heavy armor chicks like this, especially when they want to bash you in the face with that stupid mace. They can definitely hurt, especially when you're leveling up through the ranks as well. So Scoopax, my pact is Alka's child. Soulframe wiki says Gwilyn drops only if I'm in another pact. Is that true? Oh, do you mean a different faction? I have a feeling it depends on where you're pulling the information, to be honest, Scoo. I have found, and I'm not 100% on it, but I do understand what you're saying. Depending on what faction you're in, depends on what weapon fragment drop tables you have access to. So what I mean by that is that I'm currently part of the Kith of Kings faction, and I have a feeling I got the Gwilyn staff from the enemies level 1 to 15 throughout the game, because I'm part of the Kith of Kings faction, and to me it seemed that the fragments dropped more fluidly rather than the say if I was with Alka's children. It's not 100%, but I'm pretty confident that's kind of how it's working at the moment. If you're in, say, like a courage-based faction, you're getting access to easier drops to, say, the Odiak or the Gwilyn. I noticed before I switched away from the Kith of Kings faction that I seem to be getting more drops for this particular weapon. and their fragments, rather than when I was part of the Alka's Children. I seem to be getting drops of, say, the courage-based weapons more frequently. So yeah, I can see that being a thing, but I don't have like a proper confirmation on that, unfortunately. I would like to figure that out a little bit more. But yeah, I would definitely say potentially that could be a case. I'm just going to wipe these guys because I'm not concentrating very much at the moment. There we go. You could basically, yeah, just set up your 2, set up your 1 with Ode Tempest and just one-shot these guys, especially if they're primed. Easy as pie, so... And this pact is pretty good for health tanking, I guess you could say. But yeah, I hope the explanation on the potential of the drop tables dependent on which faction that you're part of. Sometimes I actually do think that the game is registering it in a bit of a funky way. So I have been able to test out the Kith of Kings at least, and the Alka's Children as well. But I mean, it can depend on a few factors, I'm sure. But as far as I'm aware, yeah, it's I don't have full confirmation on that, depending on the faction that you're part of, how the drop tables are operating in the game at the moment. Especially more so for, say, like the starter weapons. I did find that being part of the Silent Rose faction, the starter courage weapon Wuldor, the sword, the long sword, that seemed to drop more fragments more consistently than when I was within the actual Kith of Kings, which is the courage-based faction. So I have a feeling maybe it's like part of some of the coding. Instead of giving you the faction's direct weapon type of courage base, it'll give you more of, say, like the spirit based type weapons or the magic type weapons if you're part of the Kith of Kings, or if you're part of the Silent Rose, maybe it gives you the courage based faction weapons instead of the grace based faction, if that makes sense. I hope it does. My rank is 4 at the moment, never had Gwilyn drops. And you say that you're in the Alka's Children, is that right? Yeah, you're in Alka's Children. I would probably say still max out Alka's Children completely, get up to max 5, get your Shimmering Shard built for transferring to a different faction. The way that I did it, I transferred and maxed out Alka's Children first, all the way up to level 5, and got everything I needed to be able to make a Shimmering Shard, and I got the Ode Tempest. I think that takes about 25k standing. After that, I decided to shift over to the Kith of Kings, and I ranked up. I think I'm at rank 3 at the moment. But the reason why I only ranked it to rank 3 and then went to the Silent Rose was to obtain the Rook fragments for the heavy weapon I was using before, and to be able to obtain, I think it was just the Rook fragments from memory. I don't think it was for anything else. And then I was able to rank up halfway through them, and then eventually what I wanted to do was to come back to the Kith of Kings to finish out my ranking up to rank 5, so I can get the Hand of Mora's pact, which is the final pact in the game for me to be able to get and level up at the moment. I know that's a bit of information. I'm actually possibly thinking about putting a video together for that, actually, just to explain it, essentially like what I just did, but just give like a little bit more of a breakdown of it. It's probably a little bit easier to do it while I'm in an actual faction, just so I can explain my reasoning behind maxing 1 and then only doing halfway through the Kith of Kings and then going over to the Silent Rose. I remember the reason why I went to the Silent Rose was to be able to get the Siren Pact, and each of the base packs in the game for Aselda, Tethrin, and Siren are 100 rep points at the moment. So I think you've got to rank up roughly to rank 3, and then you just get an extra 100 points, and you can buy that pact, and then it takes 24 hours per pact to be built in the game as well. It does kind of suck, but at the moment, that's just how it is. But, I mean, to get a actually, like, pretty decent pact that you wouldn't have access to unless you started with that particular faction, like Tethrin, for like 100 like points is pretty damn good. So I thought that was actually a pretty good one to get through as well. So we've got the glades. Alright, we'll jump in here. The weapon fragments are obtained from Tails, what not part of the Alka's Children faction. That's the wiki info. Interesting. I probably would still check more the information through the patch notes on Soulframe's website rather than the wikis. I don't follow the wikis personally, so I don't know how updated their information is. The patches that have been coming through for Soulframe have been pretty consistent, in all honesty. But as far as any of the wikis, I haven't really got much confirmation on which ones are the best for information to grab. Because Soulframe is still in pre-alpha, a lot of the information that may be on the wiki, if it's not being updated, it's probably not going to be as accurate, unfortunately. Whereas, say, like, Warframe wiki is very well cemented within, say, like, the Warframe community of being updated quite consistently. And those guys do an incredible job of keeping all of that information on the Warframe wiki up to date, like, pretty much straight away. It's insane. But it's super beneficial for the Warframe community, for sure. Holy Hannah. Okay. We got assassins galore. These guys apparently are the ones that drop the fragments for the Skilter, sorry, the Preckley's Flyblades, but unfortunately their drop tables do not seem to be dropping them at all, unfortunately. And I've been part of all 3 factions, and I have not seen one fragment drop of the Preckley's at all, so, which is unfortunate, but I'm just gonna wait until the update comes through for the Preckley's to hopefully start dropping more effectively in the game. Alright, well, I'm already at 2 hours on stream, because I've been chatting everyone's ear off. Which has been pretty fun. So what I'll do, I'll just jump into the Nightfold, and I will do the draw for the code giveaway. What I'll need you to do after it's been drawn, whoever wins, please throw me a direct whisper in probably the Discord is probably the safest bet. So just in case, if you guys don't have the Discord, just follow that link. I think it's around the 3rd or 4th link down, and just jump in there and then just direct message me. And while I'm got that one coming up, I will where is it? There we go. Alright, so alright, apologies, there we go. So the giveaway should be active now for everyone as well. I did see you guys chuck the exclamation join in there, but if you can just chuck that into the chat for me once again, just so I've got a little bit more accurate numbers, and then I'll run that for, let's do 3 minutes. You guys have waited long enough. I thought that was active before, but as I say, it is one of my first giveaways, so I am not mastered at this just yet. But that one should start there for you as well. And then if you guys have got any questions with any of the packs as well, more than happy to answer those, just where we're running that giveaway as well. Awesome. There we go. Alright, so that one should be active there for you. And then I might just go through and do just a bit of a setup for the next stream, because I'm thinking I might actually do another one for tomorrow. Okay, cool. And then exclude. Alright, so active. Oh, you did? You got a drop from the Preckleys, hey? Holy, okay. I'm just gonna drop this one in chat and then just see if that one's running for you guys properly. Join. If not, what I will do... That one there. Okie dokie. Okay, I might just do a reset. It seems to be doing the funky thing of, I don't want to work. Why? Alright, there we go. There we go. And then, Alright, I'm gonna just chuck something in chat and see if it works. I always find that these little bits and pieces are a little bit annoying if they don't go to plan, unfortunately. It definitely depends on the widget interactivity. There's that one there. And then let's have a look. Negatory. Alright, so what I might do, I'll just go back in. So Shadow, you've got one. Nikki, Taras98, you've got one as well. 1, 2, 3. Maybe what I might do, just to make it easier, because I don't think this thing is actually working the way that I intended. And it was supposed to be able to help me work out the entries for everyone. If you guys can just type 1 in chat and then just enter that in, then at least I can see visually how many of you guys are interested in getting a code, either for yourself or for someone else as well. Gemini, hey, what's going on? Awesome, thanks Gemini. And then anyone else who is in chat as well who is interested in the code giveaway, I do believe that the code giveaway widget is not wanting to work for me, which is silly. So what I'm actually thinking about I might actually get someone, let's have a look. I might actually see if I can get Linky to help me pick a winner as well. Not much, having a good day. Oh, nice. Good days are always good, Gemini. Absolutely. Are you playing Soulframe today? Linky, yeah. Would you be cool to pick me a winner for the Soulframe code giveaway today? Just so I can make it fair. My widget's not working. So if you're open to being my magical pick a winner, that would be amazing. So we've got Gemini, and then we have Nikki Taras, and we've got Shadow Wolf Cult as well. Let me see. I'll do it through Discord because I think that'll be easier. And then what I'll do, I'll just put all the entrants into a list, and then let's have a look. I'll give you like the rundown in the message as well, Linky. Yeah, so we have Nikki. I love when technology doesn't want to work for me. Oh, you got coffee too, Gemini? That's awesome. Nice. Bear with me, I'm just doing a mock-up. One. Gemini. We got Wolf. Do. So we've got Gemini, we've got Wolf. Scoopax, did you want to pop in for the giveaway as well, or no? Because this one is open for anyone, if they do have a friend or a family member or anyone they know of that's interested in obtaining access to Soulframe preludes. And then Brewski. Okay. Alright. So, it looks like that's pretty much everyone that we've got. So we've got Nikki, Gemini, and Wolf, who are keen for the code giveaway. Alright, so, Linky, I've sent you our entrance, and if you would like to choose one of the lucky people in chat, if you just want to pop the winner's name in chat for me, and I'll be able to get them to direct message me in Discord, and I'll be able to send that code their way as well. Dun, 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 dun. Old school raffle. Name out of a hat. But Linky, if you can, just pop the name of the winner in the chat that I've sent you, and I'll be able to get them to message me as well. I really wish this this widget would have worked, but unfortunately it didn't want to. Which is unfortunate, but that is a-okay. Yay! Alrighty, so I'm just gonna type this. Alright, so Linky's chosen our winner, and it is... Hang on, I'm just gonna type it out. There we go. Our winner is Gemini Dragon Warrior. Woohoo! You won the access code to Soulframe. If you want to do a whisper and a private message to the Discord for me, and I can hook you up with that code as well. GG's, man. Grats. Thanks, guys. I think that was a I think a good workaround for the widget not wanting to work, unfortunately. But yeah, there you go. Gemini, you won. How good's that? I mean, you can probably even use that if you want for, yeah, any of your friends, family, anyone who's keen to jump in and do Soulframe. So, but yeah, once I receive that message from you, I'll send that code your way as well. Awesome, awesome. Thanks, Linky. I just think it keeps it fair that way. Otherwise, I think, yeah, if it's me choosing it, just seems like, yeah, I'm not being fair to everyone who's entered in. Or a Gemini, if you want to just do a whisper in Twitch chat as well. That'll work, and then I'll be able to send the code your way. There we go. That one there. Cool, cool. Awesome. Wonderful. No workers, man. Let me just pull that one up for you, and then I will... Oh gosh, I'm getting low on space, unfortunately. I'm going to have to go buy another terabyte. Jesus. Where are we? So... There's that one there. Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining in as well. It's been awesome. Where are we? So, 14th. Is that one? This one here. Alright, this is going to teach me to be much more organized for the code giveaway for next time. Which one's this one? Twitch 155. There's that one there. Alright, and then I've got this one here. Cool. Awesome. Alright guys, well, Gemini, while I'm sending the code to you, what I will do, I will probably end up finishing up stream now, guys. So thank you very much for joining in as well. It's been hella fun for me, and I hope you guys learned a little bit more about Soulframe. And I probably will pop on tomorrow as well. So really looking forward to jumping in and doing another one tomorrow. So I'll probably put the schedule up possibly maybe an hour earlier than I did yesterday and today. But there we go. But I will definitely put that schedule up for tomorrow's stream. Maybe about an hour, maybe 2 hours earlier. But if you guys like this sort of time frame, more than happy to continue these streams. So moving forward, I think in the next week I start a new training program, which is about 6 weeks long. So unfortunately, during the week probably I won't be streaming, so I'll localize it to the weekends. But if you feel free to chuck a message in the suggestions in the Smooth Operations Discord, and just let me know roughly the time frames of when it works for you guys as well. So my pleasure, Gemini. My pleasure. Yeah, very, very cool. And also it's just it's a big thank you, and for all of you guys supporting me through the Soulframe journey. And but also just a good celebration of becoming a Twitch affiliate. So like I say, a bit more paperwork to sort out and stuff, but I should have that proper set up next week as well. But I'll definitely keep you guys posted throughout the socials. So YouTube, I'm generally putting content quite consistently up there, and just being active in Discord with you guys and just keeping up to date with what's going on. So thank you very much, all of you as well. It is roughly almost my dinner time, and then I'm sure I'll catch a little bit more chat during the week. So I'll check in with everyone, say hey, see how everyone's going, and yeah, keep you guys up to date on the schedule as well. So once again, I'll chuck the socials in the chat there for you guys. Feel free to add yourselves and check out some of the content whenever you have time. But for now, I will be ending stream, and I will say ciao. Ciao for now.